handling.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the CU Alumni podcast. Today we'll be listening to the recording of a Clubhouse room hosted yesterday titled CUALA Votes 2021. What's the way forward? We're able to discuss some of the questions we have. Then we also had the privilege of having two of the current serving ESCOs to answer some of our questions. So I believe this is something that you will benefit from to get more clarity on what is going on. So if you're not on Clubhouse, please join Clubhouse now. It's also available on Android as well. Then please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and Google, or wherever you get podcasts from. And now let's go and listen to the recording of the Clubhouse room we hosted yesterday. By the way, we had some technical difficulties recording the first 10 minutes, so it will start a little late, but you still get the good stuff from this recording. So please enjoy.
Person. I don't know, maybe I'm just being biased, but I really think I liked this alumni group. It wasn't like others where I didn't even know.
No, this was.
We had an alumni group.
Yeah, in comparison with the past, this is the first organization. Reginald Bassi did a fantastic handover.
Okay, so it was a social media restriction. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you guys are right. It was the social media restriction.
Okay.
27 July 2021. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Because what I'm just saying is, there's still a few people I chat with, they still give that what do you call it? That feeling that the ESCOs are like student council 2.0, and I'm like, maybe, but in comparison with before, it is not like how it was then.
Before it was like what's this Chinese economy called again, Seth?
Communism.
Yeah, it was like that. It was just Padugba and his people bringing out rules and then telling us to pay freaking money.
And see, that's even the one of the things. This how do I put it? The dues. There are a lot of people are like, what am I paying dues for? It's only when they want to collect transcripts. They are now cornered to pay to do calculation of their dues. Imagine someone that graduated in 2007 now that wants to collect transcripts and hasn't paid dues since then. That is 4,000 times.
No, wait, though, for me. No, wait. For me, when I asked for my transcript, I only paid for transcript, though. They didn't tell me to pay no dues.
Nah.
It was when I asked for my transcript during that Muyiwa's time, before these people, that they calculated stupid dues for me. But these new guys did not tell me to pay dues. I only paid money for my transcript via the CU alumni link.
Okay, the page, is it they have a web
They
page?
have a CU alumni link that you could go through. So use their link. Don't go through the old way we used to do it. They have a CU alumni link for transcripts. I could probably find the link somewhere in my phone. Hold on. CU alumni should be somewhere here.
One student council member is listening to us.
CUALA transcripts, yeah.
I mean, they listen now. It's no.
I know her. She's a student council member. Tosin is a student council member.
Okay, we don't get it now. Is it is or was?
So there's CUALA transcript, and it's very good. It's they will get you your transcript quickly.
Tosin, you have been busted. You're a student council member.
And it's okay. She's a student council member. Why are you guys coming for her?
I want to torment her here.
It's just whining. I don't mind him. Just whining.
Who's student council member?
Tosin.
Oh.
What did I notice? Like, I don't know. After me, I left. I think this newer set, I think from like 2017, the student council, they seem kind of chill compared to our time, the Fadugbas and the crazies. I don't know who felt that the student council people they are chill now. It's not like before. Although They are still chosen by the school now, Abi. Anybody?
Always chosen.
They are still chosen.
Yes. Always.
No election. That's another. Hey, that's another level of wahala. But still, this election. Almost some people never even show up. I'm very discouraged on the whole. I think it's going to go as usual. The usual suspects will enter, and everybody will come and complain again. So, God help us. And which other? What else can we do now? Even with what Priscilla has said, they have obviously done better than the former, but they can do better. Because the last conversation we had there, I remember that there were people that complained, and it means that we still need a different set of mindsets to be added to the current ones, and let everybody mix up. Who else want to drop an idea? I'm out of ideas now.
Okay, so I wanted to, the school really needs to fix something, and it must start from within, not from the alumni point of view. It must start from within. I think, Priscilla, maybe you're doing your second degree right now or third degree, I don't know. But you would agree with me that wherever you're doing your degree, you're connected to the school. Once you leave, you're connected to them. How much is 4K that CU students don't want to pay? They are not even interested. That 4K, they would rather go and spend it to buy suya. You understand? So it's from within. It's not until we become alumni members, then we now start talking a lot. All these guys, I'm not really talk too much, but I know why people are running for all these offices. It's not to do anything for alumni people. It's to add to their profile so that they can get foreign. Maybe apply for visa or
if you look at their LinkedIn, a lot of them. If you look at LinkedIn,
put it on your CV. Easy to get international support for your foundation or something. Those are all those things I watch. I'm not seeing where there's actually because if you look at you say we are alumni members. Mm-hmm. Look at what this guy is doing in Communal University. Unzube, what's his name?
Azubike,
and all the likes of them. Look at them. Look at what they are doing. Does it reflect? Sorry?
Nobody's calling them out. The excessive.
Yeah, does it reflect? Yeah. There are other guys they are out there now. They've seen life. They are seeing. So when you talk to them, I have Reginald and Faruba on my WhatsApp. We talk. I was talking with Reginald today. That one is it's not a CU thing. We talk like bodies, and these guys are my serious, as in Egbon, bros. I be bros them. They be bros. But if you relate with them now, they will tell you better things. So I'm wondering, the likes of Unzubike, I don't know his name. Azubike. I'm not mocking him. Sorry.
I know.
There's one guy that sells stuff in my area. He's called Unzube. So I'm mixing his name up with Azubike. And so Azubike now, what he's doing shows clearly that something is wrong from within. And until we fix it right within, I can imagine if I was like a student, is it DSC now or registrar?
I don't know, MSS, they call them now or something.
Whatever it is, there are some issues that if you bring to my table, I will kill them. It will not even go to, what's it called? VC or whatever. I will kill it immediately. Something happens between students. I will call your mom, call your dad. This other party, call your mom, call your dad. Let's resolve it. Why resolve issues such that somebody must get skinned alive or somebody must, why can't you? And the church is preaching one thing, the school is doing another thing. So
there's no forgiveness in covenant now.
The adolescent age is an age of curiosity where people try things. If everyone will be judged by what they tried in their adolescent years, then nobody will succeed in life. Nobody will succeed in life. You have to try things in your adolescent age even till 25. People still explore. You can't muzzle them. I think Baba Adeboye has told what's it called, the chancellor about this, but he didn't listen. You can't. If you think you can muzzle them, they will go on holidays. And the funny part is, even on holidays, they still, if anything you do on holidays, they will still take it against you. So it's just their age. By the time they get to maybe 26, 27, then they will realize that, oh, this thing that this man was saying was right. But leave them. Correct them. Don't, before any small thing, some people that were going to church performing this thing, they are no more going to church right now. Us, when they start chapel, now they go church now.
Go church. They are atheists now.
They are no more going to church. But we where we know they're interested. Now they go church. Now they join a group for inside church. Now they join community. They go fellowship. At our own will, we are not doing it by force or by compulsion. So the point is, fix the within. Let CUALA University do some things that you understand whether you are teaching the right thing or not. Don't force people to go to the chapel. Let's see if what you are teaching is practicable and is actually impacting on their lives. But when you are forcing them, they will just go there, they will do what they like, and you are wasting your time. They are not connected to the school. Everybody is angry. So when they go out, they can never pay that alumni fees. Some people, I know some people that even go and do another degree somewhere else because they just hate the school. And they will never refer to the fact that they are from Covenant University. So let them fix it from within, and then whatever happens outside, then when you become an alumni, fine. But if you don't fix the within, you're just wasting your time. Simple. Thank you.
And with what you just said now, the few interviews that I did for the podcast, a lot of people have trauma, even myself. The whole all the experiences. And this trauma is part of what has led to, what was that term that Reginald used? So he said alumni apathy, where they're like, I beg, I beg, don't stress me, covenant matter. People, there's just this apathy because if they try to get involved, those tapes start playing in their head. And speaking with how many people there speak with that? Over 12, 11 people there. This is just the same pattern. There's just that's trauma, which is it's just a sample size of what the over 15,000 alumni that graduated from CU have gone through. There are some people who saw it as a very beautiful experience, yes, but the majority, they just have one story or the other, and I'm like, I think say now only myself. Okpo. Some is here, okay.
I feel it would be nice if the alumni association can influence the quality of living, like try to make changes in some rules that can make life more more suitable for students while they are in school. You get, because when they are still and they live better, like they are not going through one trauma or the other, or always on the edge, trying to be very cautious, or rather you are pushing them here and there impromptu. You make them be able to plan themselves and live freely. I think it will actually be a very nice one.
But there's a mandate. There's a mandate. I remember I just saw on Instagram, I think they just had holidays or so now. See everybody say, fresh air. Oh, we're outside. I'm like, Jesus Christ. The way they were just reacting like they got released from a gulag. Like, what the hell?
Yes, now.
Every of them on their Instagram stories. I was like, what is happening? Is it not? It's holiday, yes, good, but the vibe we're giving, like, yeah, at last, hey, I will rest more, like, what is really going on there? What is really going on? Anyway, Mr. Sobi, you're welcome. You want to share some thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Good evening. How far? How are we doing? Yeah, I just saw the post on iJam, and I thought, oh God, I would definitely want to join here. So, yeah, absolutely, great topic. CUALA was 2021. I'm sure that you guys are definitely aware that everything is kicking off. You know the drama that happened last 2 years. Now you know Eagles. Now we're very loud when we do our things. So yeah, so I just came to crowdsource ideas, honestly, because at the end of the day, this alumni, I won't lie to you, there's nobody that sees it all, nobody hears it all, nobody knows it all. It's all about just making sure that we're actually listening to what people are saying. We understand. I mean, I won't lie to you, the last 2 years, it has not been easy. But I'll say that we keep moving forward, even if it feels like it's baby steps. A lot of steps we've taken are actually leaps. It's just that sometimes some of those things don't show. But yeah, we have an opportunity to even make it a better time. So yeah, please, just make sure that you are connected to everything that is happening. The election process starts next week, officially on Monday. So there's going to be like nominations and all that. But even right now, we have like a survey going, which has already gone out, and it's on our page link already, and it's just for people to just tell us, like, honestly, what do they think has worked, what do they think hasn't worked, just so that we can use that to amend, adjust, improve, you know what it is. So yeah, but honestly, I'm glad that we're having this sort of topics, and the more Eagles we can get to engage in it, the better. So thanks, guys, for organizing this. I saw the room and I just thought I'll come be a part of it.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody ask questions for him?
Yes, definitely. I
have. You set me up now.
Welcome, sir. I think it's a privilege to share the same stage with you. I think you are one of the VPs or president, or I don't.
VP.
I know you communicate.
Yeah, the VP comes. Yeah, that's
welcome, sir.
No, we're here.
Yeah. So I think I asked the question earlier that I think you may help me shed light on, and it was this. I wanted to know what are the success metrics for people that have been elected. I mean, in your defense, I won't mention their names. People here have said so many great things about this set, and they said you guys have done wonderfully in terms of communications, making things easier for people to access transcript and the likes, and handling maybe chaotic situations that occur maybe in school, and you try to do some level of damage control and inform the society about what you're doing. So beyond that, my own is, okay, what is the real success metrics for the whole team in general? Is there a drive for this alumni chapter or body to ensure that people are connected? I mean, we mentioned earlier before you came in, people don't pay their dues. What is the drive towards ensuring that people who are currently in the school, when they get out, they want to feel connected? It's not because they want to come and collect their transcript. They will not stand and say, how do I collect my transcript? Okay, join the alumni group. From joining the alumni group, okay, ask for so person. They will send the link to you. You know, it shouldn't be so. People who go to other schools in the UK, US, once they go to those schools, they are connected to those schools, and they are proud to say, I'm alumni of University College London, Birmingham, and the likes, New York City. Even me, I've not gone to this school in New York. Everybody knows I'm trying to apply to go to New York. I mean, I'm already connected to them. I read their blogs and all that, and I'm not yet a student of the school. I don't know if you get. So I'm already connected to them. So I mean, let me just stop there, so maybe you can shed some light on what I've said so far. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Paul. Good question. So I think there's a lot of things that you said there, and I'll try to answer them as much as possible. I always like to go back in history a little bit. So 2 years ago, let me take a step back. Actually, I've always been involved in in ego-related issues. So let me say that ego-related activities. And my main reason was because the circumstances that actually brought me to CU was very odd. I had gone to America. That's where I was going to school. I was going to be a doctor. But I had a very horrible experience. And in 5 months, I decided that I was going to leave the US. And I came back to Nigeria. I was going to do it before I'd gone to the US. And bear in mind that everything had been given out from my N64, all my games, everything, like clothes. People said, Baba, I didn't have anything. But before I left, I had done the CUSAT because my dad said, do this, just do this CUSAT for practice. I remember I'm thinking, maybe I'm going to America. I'm still like that, do you get? But when I realized I was coming back, my mom actually found out that I actually passed. So that's how I got into Covenant that year and became part of the Pioneer set. So when everyone resumed like September, I resumed like November. So that has always made me be attached to my classmates because I've always thought, geez, like the circumstances that brought me into this thing, like I just feel like this is an opportunity I don't want to miss. So despite the fact that I could have felt certain ways or experienced certain things, my focus was always on how can I support my class? How can I support my class? And I didn't even realize that many years after, that was just going to form a big part of why I do what I do. So naturally, I started doing social rep, I started organizing class things, and eventually I found myself in the comms team where I started helping in newsletters. Then when I came to the UK, I was also helping the chapter here as well. So I've said all that to say that naturally, I just wanted to help and to support. Now, over the years, one of the things that has happened is that, and I had also perceived that, was that the alumni was not as united as it can be. People graduate, some people go left, some will go right, some will go up, some will go down. And I'm not saying that people are, some are above the others. So that's why I just mean that because of our different walks of life, everyone's going different direct. Everyone has gone in their own direction, from those going into business to those traveling to those going into the office, all sorts of things. And there was never a plan to manage a globally dispersed alumni community. That is the truth about it. And we are also a growing alumni. We cannot compare us to University of Lagos. You can't compare us to King's College Old Boys Association, So we are also learning as we go along. So as you go along, we are learning. It's like parenting. Like you don't have the manual before the child is born. Even if you have the manual, as the child is growing, you'll be learning how to become a better parent as you go along. So fast forward 2 years ago, there was that. As at 2 years ago, or before then, how offices were elected was that previous excos, that's the president and the vice president, would nominate. So, for example, let's say Marcus here, who is, let's say Marcus is the president. Marcus can nominate Oladipo and Priscilla to say, oh, these are potential presidential candidates. And Kinko can say, I nominate Oladipo and Somi as VP. So we had a very small pool. But 2 years ago, people thought, you know what, let's be more diverse, Like, it can't always look like student council people leading. Although it's arguable that wasn't necessarily the case. But the point is that people wanted a bit more representation, a bit more diversity. And it kind of makes sense because at the end of the day, if all you are saying is a specific group of egos, it's going to be difficult to connect. So that's what led to the move 2 years ago to change a number of things. And one of those big changes was that anybody can now become a candidate for elections. Nobody's nominating anybody. No previous vice president is nominating anybody anymore. So now anybody can nominate anyone except the president. Actually, even the president as well. All roles were open. So right now, if you want to nominate one person to be president, you can actually nominate them. And if they can win the elections and they meet the eligibility criteria, that's fine. So a lot of things started to change. And when we came into office, one of the things that Kemi, who is our current president, and I've known Kemi back from school as well, because she also graduated. She was one of the first set of Eagles as well. One of the things that Kemi recognized, I recognized, and a number of current excuses is that our biggest issue is not our biggest issue is even to connect, because you can't tell people to pay dues if you are not even connected with them. I mean, it's just like you want to sell something. My area is I'm established in customer experience, customer services, and anything customer loyalty, those sort of things. Before you can sell anything to anybody, you need to have a conversation with them. You need to be able to connect with them emotionally. Like, that is the only way. If you tell people come and pay your dues because we want to be the biggest of alumni, they won't answer you. But if you are genuinely helping people, supporting them from welfare, from career, from business, you get their attention. When they see the value, they'll come and drop their own money. Basically, if you can get people's hearts, you get their pockets. The aim is never the pockets of people. But when it's just like a relationship. I like a girl. Like, I'm just giving an example here. Like when I was
Go ahead.
When I was chasing my.
Go ahead. I want to hear your lines. I want to hear your
lines. I'm just giving an example. Like, when I was chasing my wife, you go after the heart. Eventually she would make herself available. That if I call her 11 p.m. and everything moved forward. Before it came to will you marry me? My point is that I cannot start with will you marry me? I have to start at the beginning, like let's talk, let's build, let's grow. And that's how the relationship became. And that's how it became a united unit. And that's exactly what Kemi's vision was. That, this alumni, our biggest problem is that the unity is not there. We're going to start with connection. And that's why the theme of this leadership is an alumni for all. We don't care whether you're graduated in 2006 or 2020. We don't care if you are based in Nigeria or if you're based in Ottawa. We don't care if you own a business or you work in Zamfara. For as long as you're a graduate of that Covenant University, we will build this community such that everybody can connect and everybody can get value. That now made it very clear as to what our vision was. So, to answer your question in terms of connection and KPI success criteria, the truth is every directorate has to have their own success criteria. Like for myself, comms, I know that everybody was disconnected. People were not even knowing what was happening. The first thing I had to write out was where are even our communication channels? Like how are people perceiving things? And it was about survey, because you cannot guess these things. So one of the things that we did was that we had to put out a survey then. I'm not sure how many people saw it anyway, but the question was, how do you want us to communicate with you? If you're sending you newsletters, what do you want us to put inside? And it became very clear. A lot of people were not interested in university news, and we don't want to look for trouble. If we send you email and half of the news in there is university news, we know that you won't read it, because you can go to Covenant University and read the news. But if there are big highlights, like Covenant University has been ranked top 10, we know that we can share it, or maybe something deal breaking. So we had to adjust our communication. And I'm sure that you notice, for some of you who have read our newsletters, that even our language has changed. We don't sound corporate. The way I'm gisting with you right now, you feel that sort of tone from even a lot of our posts and a lot of our emails, because for us, it was about making sure that we could connect. So one of our KPIs was to make sure that we could increase the connection from people giving us their emails to people who are reading our emails, to people who are responding on engagements. And to be fair, though, for using Instagram as an example, we didn't have that much engagement until 2 years ago. Not many posts. We had about maybe just about 3,000 followers. We doubled that in a year, and we're looking around 8,000 now. It's still not reflective of the entire community, but the point is that it has changed and it has grown. And that's what we want. We want a progressive community where someone else can come in now and they can continue from where we stopped, as opposed to someone else has come in and want to start again. We don't want that. We want people to keep building upon, so that what looks like a foundation today is a bungalow tomorrow. A bungalow today is a duplex tomorrow, and we can really build a strong skyscraper. So from my own comms team, or my own comms directorate, there were a number of things that, in terms of success, like number 2, people are complaining, how can I apply for transcripts? People are asking the same question every day. How can every Igbo be asking, how can I apply for this? How can I apply for that? It was clear we needed a functional website, but not just a website, but a resource center. That's what we decided to call it. So we call our website a resource center because it's a go-to place for a lot of things. Now we digitalize the whole process. You can apply for transcripts from America or from Lagos. You will pay, you do everything, and it will be sent. We're still trying to improve a few things. Initially, it was taking maybe about 6 weeks to, and you know that we're managing stakeholders there because we don't own academic affairs. And that improved from 6 weeks to about 4 weeks. It has reduced now, maybe about 2 weeks, and we are still seeing how we can get it faster. So a number of things came out of that, and different directorates as well. So like finance, using under one as an example. The only way you could know your dues, know how much dues you've paid, or how much dues is outstanding, is by actually ringing the secretariat. But Tolu, our Vice President of Finance, she did all the reconciliation, transformed all the paper records to digital records, and now you can go online and get your alumni statement. So a number of things have happened because we need to make sure that the secretariat can be self-sufficient, because as vice presidents, as the president, we also have our 9-to-5 jobs. We don't want a situation where the alumni the secretariat cannot function unless someone is stepping in. And we've been able to do that. The secretariat is now very strong and very self-sufficient. In fact, we've even employed some people, including interns. So we're not there yet, but we have definitely moved forward. In terms of KPIs, every office needs to, through their manifesto, tell us what you want to do, why you are doing it, and use that to build your own KPIs, which has to fit into the overall objective. And for us, it was about making sure that we can build an alumni for all, which is an alumni that anybody anywhere can come to get support, get value. It might feel like we're not there yet, and we know that we're not there yet, but hopefully we have moved further from where we used to be. Hopefully that answers your question, so I'll let it go over to you.
Yes, I mean, you have really, really tried. I think let other people ask their questions. If I want to respond to you, I'll allow them finish.
No problem.
Any other person?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so far you said things pertaining to the already existing alumni. Is there no thing pertaining to the guys that are going to be prospective alumni, like those that are still in school? Is there no way we're going to touch their lives?
Oh, absolutely. By the way, Tolu is in the audience. Tolu is our VP Finance. Tolu, if you can come up as well, feel free to come up. Yes, so we have 3 major stakeholders. Is it even 3 or 4? The first one, obviously, is the alumni community, which is us who have graduated. The second one is the student community on campus. And the third one is the university or the university management. That's one of the first things we recognized, or one of the first things we needed to remind ourselves that we are dealing with different stakeholders. And I can tell you for a fact that the student community is very important to us. Now, I'm not sure if you are aware, and this is where we need to continue to make sure that we improve on our communications. We have actually touched the lives of a number of students. I'll give you an example, and maybe Tolu can share more on this. Last year, we were informed between Student Council and the student community on campus, we heard that a number of students would not be able to graduate because they couldn't pay their final year school fees. Now, at that time, what we did was that we started a campaign to raise funds to sort out the school fees of final year students. It wasn't easy, because obviously when we come and say, everybody bring your money, you know, asking for money is not that easy. But we went out anywhere, we did it. But one of the things we realized was that people have sentiments to their classes. So where there were 2 students, for example, in mass comm, we went to the mass comm class. Mass comm classes that we could find on WhatsApp. Mass comm, 2 people cannot graduate though. They need money. Went to engineering, went to all these different classes that we raised. And we were able to raise 4-point-something million. So you'll be able to correct me if I'm wrong. 4-point-something million or thereabout. And we paid their school fees. And guys, I can tell you for a fact that the feedback we got, the feedback wasn't even from the students themselves. It was their parents. Tolu was the one who actually handled this, being finance. And there were a number of parents that would call and they would keep Tolu on the phone and they were just praying. In fact, there was one particular parent that actually refunded the money weeks later and said, "Thank you so much, but I'm giving you back this money because I want you to use this money for another student at some point." So we actually did that, and we actually shared the report. So everything that we do, we actually have reports for it. So that's one way that we touch lives. So we've built that relationship, to be honest, such that they can come to us, they can contact us if there's anything. The other thing that we've done as well is that we've opened job opportunities as well. What we hear about internships, for example, we let them know. So currently, our interns, the first set of interns that we brought into the comms team, were actually final year students. And because we wanted to give them the opportunity of work experience while they're supporting us, so that when they start to do NYC, they can continue with us and also have a way of earning extra money as well. So there's more to do, but we started to do that. And we are also launching in the next few weeks a student mentoring program. So towards the end of last year, we launched an alumni mentoring program where someone who has a lot of experience can give support in business, life, or career to someone who needs that type of support. We are now launching a student mentoring support where a student on campus can get support from an eagle outside. So that's another way that we're supporting. And generally, there will be other things that come up as well. So we get questions, we get people asking, can we come and do this? Can you support us? Give us information. So we make ourselves available. But again, the only reason this is possible is because we are building that relationship. We recognize that the student community is very important to us. It's a big part of what the VP University Relations does, because it's actually one of the executive offices, VP University Relations. And that's why there's a preference or there's a precedence. It feels like that office, that person is always a campus-based person, so that that person can be our ears and our eyes on campus. So the student community is definitely very high priority to us, and hopefully we'll start to do a bit more in terms of making impact. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think Tolu wanted to say something. Tolu, did you want to add something?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Tolu and I'm the President Finance of the association. So just add a little to what Somi was explaining about some of the things that we're doing for the student body. So in addition to the support and even the mentoring program that we have coming up soon, last year as well, we also had like 2 programs for the final year students. One was a total employable graduate course that was sponsored for the final year students that indicated interest. And what that was about was just giving them, it was like a short course that just helps to prepare them for the outside world. So them coming into the business world or coming into the entrepreneurial world is just making them employable, whether in the world of business or in career, if they choose to have a career path. And secondly, we also sponsored career counseling sessions for, I think, about 20 final year students as well, prior to, that was shortly after the graduation and before they joined the community. So there are a couple of activities that we've implemented just so that we can also help build or develop these final year students or even students in general. Like the mentoring program, for example, will be open to all students. So these are just some of the things that we do to train them or develop them before they actually come out, and begin to experience life. So just thought to add that as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tolu. Any other questions? Okay, let me ask. Okay, Kinko.
Sorry, real quick. Good evening, guys. I've been here just listening, and definitely we have a long way to go. Where we are going to is far, but then I think we've gone further than where we started, and I really appreciate the present heads of the Alumni Association. I hope I'm audible because I think my internet is not so great.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you very much. Yeah. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah. Sorry. I just want to. One thing I know, and I really appreciate for this sitting. How would I put it? This sitting.
Executives.
What's the executives? I really wanted to say government, but I was looking for a better word. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, one thing I really appreciate is the implementation of the ease of getting your transcript. It seems like it's a very small thing, but I know how big it's that little thing that it may seem to be is, because I know a lot of my friends that are outside the country, and they will keep calling me trying to tell me, okay, what, can I help them do this or go to school to find out something. Obviously I can't, so I'll just try to make calls, but then that small thing in quotes, it's actually a big thing. And yeah, I really commend you guys on that. Then one thing I just want to ask, I don't even know if it's a question or say, is you mentioned the three things that the alumni body is basically focused on, and okay, the three parties involved, that's the students, the actual alumni, the students, and the school itself. I feel that's still one thing that's lacking anyways. But then, exactly what I said is we are far from where we started, and even though the journey is still far, like nothing is still perfect. And again, the school in itself is a very new school. Like if you're going to compare it with the standards of the schools we are up against, if you get what I mean, in terms of the top 10 schools in the world. But then that's one space I definitely know that is lacking. Getting into getting to have a proper say in the school and the school management, because yes, that's just one thing that's just basically lacking. But then definitely I commend the good job that you guys have been doing. I mean, these things are just tremendous. Saving, helping in the little way that you guys have done, goes a very long way. And I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Kinko. Oladipo, yeah, you don't need to respond. Okay, still on call. Okay, let me use that to ask my question. So Tolu, is it too early to ask what are the qualifications for anybody that wants to contest in this new election, VP, president? Or that will be dropped later? Sorry?
Yeah, those will be dropped later. So there's an email that is actually okay. So one thing to mention is that there is an electoral committee that handles everything elections. Okay. So they are independent from us. I am not part of it. Tolu is not part of it. Kemi, the president, or any other exco is not part of it. So they are a group of people, and this has always been the practice. They're a group of people representing different classes, different sets, and they sit outside the executive team and they handle everything election. So every timeline you will see, every criteria, the guidelines, and all that comes from them. So there's an email coming out tomorrow that will share a number of things from the calendar. I think the calendar was even shared today anyway on social media. Yeah. From the calendar to the nomination process to the eligibility criteria and all that. So so I'll ask that we wait till tomorrow for the electoral committee to publish what the criteria is. So that's what it will be, and it will be very clear who can be nominated for office. But one thing I know, which was the practice last time, was that you can nominate yourself and someone else can nominate you as well, as long as you meet the criteria. But all that criteria will be spelled out by the guidelines published by the electoral committee, which should be available from tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you very much. Then my second question is, I can't remember, where did I hear this from? That some current ESCOs resigned due to personal reasons, thereby putting pressure on those who are still serving. Is there a way to prevent that? Maybe like whoever that becomes second becomes the backup in case anybody resign. I don't know. To avoid anybody being under pressure, because everybody has their own 9 to 5, as you said.
Yeah, I think what you'll find in life is that, I'm speaking here as a parent, a someone who has a small business and someone who has a full-time career as well. The truth about it is that life happens in seasons. Like even particularly during the pandemic, if everyone was affected during the pandemic in different ways, there was a time where I had to be the mother to my children because my wife had a surgery and she was in bed. She couldn't even eat. All she could do was drink, and she was in pain because she had a major surgery in December. I had to fill that role. And there are some times where at work, someone has to cover me as well. And there are sometimes in business I've had to rely on. Yeah. And that's one of the things that we've practiced in this leadership as well, where it's not my office or Kenny's office or Tolu's office. We've worked together as a team such that if Tolu's doing anything, she can easily get support. If someone is doing anything, they can easily get support from others as well. And we've also grown teams. So while it sounds like you may have heard that someone became unavailable at some point, the truth about it is that it's something that actually happens in different ways. There would have been times as well where my own job became very difficult and I was unable to attend to alumni stuff maybe in about a week or in a period of weeks. But because we've built a team, we built a secretariat, and a secretariat is the paid office that handles everything alumni on an operational level, because we are the strategic leads. It has allowed it to work out properly because of that structure that we've put in place. So despite the fact that anybody has become unavailable or someone has become more available at any point, we've worked together to make it work. So I think that would be my answer, really, without putting too much effort on. I mean, we all have our various reasons for unavailability, and I can tell you for a fact that there have also been times where even my own life had been affected, where I've had to prioritize certain things and I had not been available for even a short period of time. So I think it's just life generally, and I wouldn't judge anyone's personal circumstance, if that's okay.
All right. Yeah, I understand. Thank you very much. So, any final words? Anyone wants to ask final question since everybody has let it out? Anybody? Priscilla? Marcus?
Oh, I don't have a question. I guess I'll just say thank you guys for all you're doing, because I've really enjoyed the benefits of this new government, or I like I mean, it's how you call them governments, but yeah, I really enjoyed the benefits from you guys. So yeah, thank you all. It was very easy getting my transcripts because that was a big problem before, and communication with you guys has been very. I mean, I haven't spoken to Somi or Cholu personally before, but all the others I've spoken to, it's been smooth. Yeah, I like that. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much. Oh yeah, Oladipo. I think you are.
I'm back. I was on a call.
Okay.
Thanks, Somi. Thanks, Tolu. Yeah, everybody has it. Nobody. The good thing is nobody has any bad thing to say about this current council. I don't want to call it council.
Administration. Maybe
Administration.
that's
The executive. Let's go. Yeah, no, but I think to drive, I mean, you shared a story that I believe, I think more storytelling has to be done on the alumni channels or pages, and that's one. Then number two, drive more engagements, celebrate our, the CU alumni is trying his own best to try and get people to connect. I mean, I know how many people have connected from his own group. Yes, we can be a little bit crazy on the group, but people are genuinely connected in his groups, and we have our way of communicating things that are happening. Yeah, so I think the official one now, you guys, or the coming generation or coming administration, to drive more engagement between what's it called, the alumni body. You guys have expressed access to all the stars that have come out of CU. Drive engagement. Let them tell their success stories. Have one-on-one sessions with them. Not necessarily all this career business talk. One-on-one. Let them share personal personal issues, on life, on family, on whatever they want to discuss, whether it can even be business, but let it be personal, not something so formal. That is how people will connect with the alumni body. That's just my own suggestion. Then thirdly, personally, I have some things I want to do in my place in Oshun. I've already told my folks, and I mean, my dad is late, my mom is there. I have a little thing that I want to do there for people that come to serve in what's it called, in Oshun. Hopefully, when we finish it, then that will be channeled on the page. So the thing is, the alumni body needs to decentralize. Really, I think that by now, for every region or state, there should be a chapter that should be functioning, and then it can then collate the activities and send to the central. So, I mean, you have people in every state. I don't know about the major core north, but I mean, you can do regions for the north, maybe Kaduna, Kano, and you may not necessarily do for states, but you can start from regions, Southwest region, Lagos region, Abuja region, and the likes. Decentralize these activities, let it go local. They say politics is local. Let it go locally to these people. Then I think there will be more engagement that you get, and even access to people. And then people will share their, their burden or challenges. And then I think it will be easier to touch more lives. And then you see much people, driving to even benefit the the alumni body, just like you mentioned earlier about the parents that refunded money. I mean, when you've done that locally in all these regions, I don't know why that hasn't been achieved since, how many years now? Maybe 15 years. I think that is one area that will help, this, but I don't know why, this NCCF that everybody keeps talking about, why? I mean, I believe a CU should have done something that would I can't say outsmart, that will beat what NCCF has been doing. And I don't think they have the power that CU has. So, let me just stop there with those three. I think maybe the coming administration are the ones that will be able to, implement some of these ideas that I've shared. I hope that maybe Ogasome and Tolu might be president in the coming, coming administration.
So
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, very, very good feedback there. So I think one thing that you've definitely mentioned is that there's no leadership that will come and do everything. There's no leadership that will build everything. But every leadership has an opportunity to build upon what we already have. If we always remember that we're a progressive, and I've used that word a lot recently, if we remember that we're a progressive alumni, then we'll always see how can we add, not how can we stop and start again. Do you understand? We want to continue to grow, we want to continue to increase. Now, I like what you said about decentralization. And I can tell you for a fact that that's actually the vision for Kemi, the president, and her excos, including myself and Tolu as well. When there was a presidential debate, when shortly before the elections, there was only a presidential one, although there will be president and VP this time, so that you can hear and you can ask all sorts of questions as well. But the presidential one of the things that Kemi said, and I do remember vividly 2019, that I see this thing as self-fellowships, where in this city, in that state, in this country, we can have eagles gather and be able to run their thing. There is no way you can manage the whole thing from the center. It needs to be decentralized. So we already know that, and we have a framework already for that. Now, there are certain things like decisions and things that will come from the center, but a lot of activities have to be run locally, because if you're going to run physical events, you cannot run one and expect all the goods to attend. Impossible, And in different geographical locations, people have their own different needs. Like coming to the UK now, or diaspora, immigration is a big one. How can people become, how can people get their citizenship? How can they even get a job, How can they complete their education if they came for master's, success, and those sort of things, and so many other issues. For people in another part of Nigeria, they may just have their own specific needs. It just comes down to show the importance of flights and chapters. Now, the concept of flights and chapters already exists. Okay, flights is a set. Okay, so how can we have a set for Beacon? How can we have a leader for Beacon set and a leader for Trinity set and a leader for Renaissance set, etc. and all that? And chapters are by location. We currently have some established chapters who have their own exco's and who have their own leaders. So Otta chapter being one of them, the second one being Abuja, the third one being Europe, mostly based in UK, and there's one that covers North America and America. Now, for you to become a chapter, I'm sure that you know that, like, Kenny cannot just go to Southwest Nigeria and say, I want to plant chapter here. We need Eagles, active Eagles, to take it on, to take up that responsibility and rally and gather people. Because at the end of the day, we cannot do everything by ourselves. So one of the things that we've always desired is to be able to plant more chapters. And I can assure you that even if we're not able to do some before we go, it's something that we're already working on anyway. And I'm sure that even if a new leadership come in, it's one of the things that they could do quickly, because the framework is already there, or the framework is already there anyway. Now, that said, there have been a number of Eagles that have come to the Facebook group to say, oh, I'm in the Southwest, I'm the Northwest, there are Eagles here. Can I create a WhatsApp group? Can we do this? We've always said yes. So we've always also asked people as well, what location are you? Do you have Eagles around you? Would you like to gather? Do you want a group for yourself so that I can communicate, support each other? So I know, for example, that there's Northwest Nigeria group, because I'm in the WhatsApp group, they added me. There's a Southwest one. There's even Lagos as well. And there's possibly other locations as well. So I will encourage you, Oladipo, and I'm sure that everybody here who has expressed that you guys are all passionate about this. Look, let's not deceive ourselves. We all like this alumni community, even if you don't want to, even if it's not 100% there. The reason we're in this meeting or this chat is because we have some level of interest. So let's turn that passion into making the community work. So what I'll say is, we don't have to wait for others to start the chapter around us. You can be that change agent. So congratulations, Oladipo. Now that I know that you have the mantle, you have the fire, you have the torch, please let us know what location you are in, and we can and you can help us to rally Eagles around you. I'm sure that you are connected, whether people in your set or people in your class, and it starts from one person to two people, from two people to 5 people to 10 to 20, and you can start to exchange value exchange knowledge and support each other as well. And that's how it can become an official chapter. That's kind of like the journey for it. So we are open. We don't want to centralize everything. We want to decentralize it. Even welfare, even business, even career as well. The chapters, the flights are opportunities for you to be able to have activities and events to support Eagles on those levels. So hopefully that answers your question, sir. But thank you so much. All the feedback that you've given are really good. Tulu's actually taking a lot of notes because she's actually been writing down what you said. And we are always open to feedback. I can assure you that no feedback gets lost out there. We always take every feedback and we definitely discuss it as well. And it's one of the reasons why you've seen a number of things happen in the community. It has always been based on Eagles feedback and the needs of Eagles as opposed to our own ideas. Hopefully I've answered your question, sir.
Yes, you are. I mean, thanks very much. Most of the people I know are now in Ontario, so maybe I'll be going to join them to go and start Ontario chapter.
No problem.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Tulu.
Yes. Okay. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say it's been wonderful listening to everyone, and I want to say thank you so much for all your contributions and your feedback. We've taken them into advisement. I have to run in a minute, but I just wanted to say it's been lovely speaking with everyone this evening, my time. But thank you so much, and I hope that each and every one of you, would also contribute your quota in helping us advance CUALA. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Tulu. Thank you very much. So, I think we have come to the end. Everybody has asked, Diko, you want to ask more?
No, I mean, there's nothing much. I mean, we can see. My own is when 2020 election comes, you should put my poster on your page and support me. That's it.
Wow, bring it on.
All right.
Voila.
So we'll be expecting the qualifications. Then I feel I don't know. So if you can, this kind of rooms, you can create something for people to be asking you questions to clear up things. That's another thing I feel that can help. So
yes, I totally agree. I think I missed that out. I wanted to mention.
Hearing it from the horse's mouth, quote,
I understand.
is more effective than a post on Instagram most of the time.
Yeah, God bless you. Thanks for reminding. I wanted to say that I totally missed it. I think what the CUALA Alumni is doing, I think you can do it too. You can do this engagement, whether monthly, curate topics where people would like to discuss from the group, and then maybe other channels that you, just like you mentioned, that you are on WhatsApp and the likes, maybe a Telegram group, and then you can have a topic for the month and then discuss. Or if there's any burning issue or you really want to, maybe from your strategy document in the administration that you want to discuss, maybe you have 12 pillars for the year. We can engage, and then people will be engaging on these topics, whether on Twitter Spaces or Clubhouse. I mean, trust me, we have thousands of eagles on Clubhouse, but they will not come here. But my own is we need to get connected to our people while they are there. They are doing amazing things. There's no day I go to Lekki, I must see. Okay, when I went to Ikeja, I know somebody I saw in Ikeja just for 3 minutes that I went there now. I won't mention the person's name. So that's the way it is, Sha. Thank you very much, Ogasomi.
Oh, anytime. My pleasure. Anytime.
Okay, so with that,
I know one of the CU alumni on this Clubhouse that is this guy. I was trying to drag her in here, but she's not answering.
Yeah, thank you for listening to this episode. I hope you learned a few things from the executives' points of view. So please follow the CU Alumni Hangout on Clubhouse if you're on Clubhouse. If you're not on Clubhouse, join Clubhouse. Clubhouse is not only for iOS, Android too can use it. And there's no need for invitation anymore. And please subscribe up. Apple, Spotify, Google, any other place you get podcasts from. Please subscribe and share this podcast with fellow alumni or your friends. And so, we're done for this week. Have a lovely week ahead and take care.